So that went on for, my goodness, I can't remember if it was another year that I struggled with symptoms. I tried everything. I tried water aerobics, I tried massages, I tried CBD, I tried basically anything that couldn't cause any more harm to my body. This is a strange turn of events. My children were diagnosed with autism, and at the same time, I had myself tested because I was showing a lot of autistic traits. So during that time, I said to my psychologist, I think I need to go and see a psychiatrist that can help me with medication for my depression. Maybe just have a look at what I'm currently on, and maybe there's perhaps like a need to switch up to something else. So I went to see this wonderful doctor in Tiger Valley. My depression was at such a state or point where she felt like she wanted to admit me to their clinic, and which I said no, because I need to be at home for my children. We homeschool, so it's not possible for me to just pack a bag and go away for 2 or 3 weeks. So I was explaining to her what I was experiencing with my psychological issues regarding the autism, and as well the depression, anxiety, and also I mentioned to her I was experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of weird symptoms now for, I think that was about at year 8. I was going on for 8 years with this pain and issues. And she immediately mentioned this wonderful rheumatologist in Stellenbosch. While I was in her office, she found the office of this rheumatologist, and she got me in like immediately, because she refers a lot of her patients to this rheumatologist. So I waited for that appointment to come up with the rheumatologist in Stellenbosch. So when I got there, I was very anxious, to say the least, because in my mind, I thought, will this now be doctor number 10, 15, and they can't help me, or they just send me away? I felt like I was like an imposter, complaining about symptoms that I had in the past, that I'm currently having, and my fear for the future. And he immediately calmed me down. He said, let's look at it. What does it look like currently? And I mentioned all my symptoms. I had like a list of symptoms that I showed him. Examined my body head to toe. Anyway, during that appointment, we also had a lot of blood taken to test specifically for lupus. My ANA, anti-nuclear antibodies in my blood, as well as liver and kidney function. And then there's another blood test that he did that previously no doctors thought about or included in my blood workup, and that is the complementary C3 and C4. I will in a later video explain what that is. That was very important for my diagnosis. I can't tell you how many times I told doctors that, isn't this lupus that I'm dealing with? Isn't this lupus that I'm dealing with? Everybody said no. It was quite a long period that I had to wait for the results to come in. And what happened was, I remember it till this day. So it was the Valentine's Day, the morning of Valentine's Day, that I got a call from my new rheumatologist, and he had a discussion with me on the phone and said it is definitely SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. So I just went quiet for a few seconds, and I wasn't shocked. I was sad because I knew wasn't something that is curable, and this was an illness, or is an illness, that I will live with for the rest of my life and deal with symptoms for the rest of my life. That I will never feel or be that person that I was before all this nonsense started. I enjoyed life. I was quite social. I loved to go out for the day or drive through to Cape Town and walk around the whole day. I can't do that anymore. So that was, and I could hear it in the doctor's voice as well. I could hear the sadness in his voice. But yeah, it's now I think it's 3 years later. I'm still with the same rheumatologist. He's taking very well taking care of me, and I can't complain about anything. He's an amazing doctor. Yeah. Okay, so that is my story when it comes to my diagnosis of systemic lupus. I will definitely discuss medication. I will discuss what helps for me to, if the pain is out of control, what I do, what are my extra ammunition, so to speak, that I use to cope with lupus. And yeah, if you want to reach out, you're more than welcome. I would love to have more connections with people with lupus. As far as I know, in this town where I live, there is nobody else with lupus that I know of. So it would be wonderful to just connect on TikTok or Facebook or whatever the platform is. It would be amazing if there's anyone else with lupus. You're more than welcome to reach out to me. If you have any questions, anything that's that you're anxious about, any advice that you need, I'm more than willing to share my experience and what I think with you. So don't be shy. Just reach out, and yeah. That's my story. It's unfortunately a lot of people wait many years for diagnosis of lupus. Other people, it's like they present with one symptom, and it depends on what doctor you have, and they just request the right blood work to be done, and some people just get diagnosed immediately. And for people like me, it's like a journey of 7 to 9 years. So yeah, that's me. While I was talking, I painted this one I think is finished. I'm gonna add some bright colors now, and this little boy is also ready to be zhushed up. What I did was I painted this little cat that I bought at a vintage market. I think it was white. So I just added this beautiful purple and the blue. I'm just still deciding what I'm going to do there. And then I've got this fellow. Ooh, you see these wooden sculptures a lot. You get them in 3 different sizes, like a small, medium and large. I got this one also at like a SPCA shop. It's been sitting in my studio now for 3 or 4 years. So finally it's being also zhushed up. I don't, if you guys have any ideas what I can put on his big tummy, just let me know. Okay, so yeah, that's me. Lupus diagnosis. Reach out. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Bye.